Alright, welcome everyone to some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This is a real reality that we are facing right now. We have an Iron Giant in lair somehow. I think it's a shapeshifter and it's a Rakshasa. I'm gonna go ahead and just say, wow, what a good game. This is very enjoyable. I like this. Also, since the last video, because I pressed Control L, which for some, because it's L, it moves me one tile to the right. That's my record hotkey. I accidentally moved 2 turns between starting the video, like last video and this video. You can see right there I accidentally pressed Control L again, because that's muscle memory. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say, well, it's time for us to blink and teleport and just chill out over here, I guess. I don't know. Cast some buffs, I guess. Go upstairs. And really just regret our lives, like, if you think about it. There's an Iron Giant on this floor. I believe it's a shapeshifter. Yep, it is definitely a shapeshifter because that is now a Caustic Shrike. Can I just banish you? Yeah, sweet. That was better. So, Caustic Shrikes, Iron Giants, and I believe the Royal Jelly are all in the same hit dice. So if you polymorph, if the shapeshifter decides to be one of those two, they can't be the Royal Jelly obviously, but if they decide, if you actually polymorph a Royal Jelly, you'll get one of those kind of enemies. It could also be a Titan, I think, but yeah, those are all in the same hit dice. I don't know why Shrikes have that high of a hit dice, but yeah, I guess they do. Fair enough. It's probably a good thing anyway for us. Anyway, the shapeshifter is now dealt with. The Iron Giant, the threat is dead now. And we continue to play this game. We can continue to play at a regularly fast pace now. I understand now that this is a lot more ambitious than I was initially intending it to be. I was like, hey, I can play optimally, right? It's easy. No, it's not. Or more accurately, it's not on recording. I think I've said that already. I'm not going to repeat it, but yeah. That's the way I feel about it. I will probably try on my own. But I don't know when I would find time to do that, because it would already take up an absurd amount of time anyway. Actually, I have a feeling now that I actually have like I have a forgotten account that actually is my win rate account, and I just totally forgot. I'm pretty sure, thinking back now, that I have an account that is supposed to be optimal, and I've just lost it because I wasn't paying attention and it was just too long between games. Alright, so I dealt with the Lich with with Mono Vipers. At this point, Mono Vipers are just so strong that I don't need to really even discuss it. Any caster enemy that I fight, regardless of how strong they are, really doesn't do much against Mono Vipers. The answer is always Mono Vipers in that scenario. Like, I don't know, I could go on at length about discussing why they're good, but I think I've kind of gushed about Mono Vipers on the channel for like a very long time, so I think it's, I don't know, it seems kind of unnecessary to do it again. Alright, I'll do it one more time, just because you guys love Mono Vipers just as much as me. They're really good. They're fast, they see invis, they have decent survivability, you can summon 2 of them, they do a good amount of damage, and they're anti-magic biting. That sounds like a good thing to me. Ring of Secrets. MP plus 9, R poise, MR plus. It's not incredible, but it is R poise. I will hold on to it. Of course, noting that it's probably not going to be used very often. But, you know, it might be a cool hot swap here and then. It does give me MP plus 9, which is kind of irrelevant, because that's not how hot swapping works. The extra MP I would get is just empty MP anyway, so I don't really get anything from that. Okay, anyway. Again, yesterday was a short video because I was in a bit of stress. I was unable to record for very long because I haven't been doing my studies. And today, I've kind of not done my studies again. Makes you wonder how I even get through this place. But, like I say, I'm one of those people that, like, says they didn't do the study, and then they actually did do the study, but then because of their incredibly, ridiculously high standards, to them they really didn't do the study. Like, honestly, people in uni are like not actually snaking other people, and they're like, oh, I didn't study, oh, I failed, and they get really high marks. It's because their standards are just different to your standards, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's making a case for people, but that's the way I see it anyway. Alright, so Mara's here. I wanted to pull her upstairs because that was the real Mara. She would come up and she would have already used her ghost moves and stuff, and I don't know if she'd be able to repeat them. Unfortunately for us, she just kind of ignored that. So we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. And find her and kill her. Once again. But for the time being, I'm doing alright. Just gonna explore fairly conservatively. Not incredibly, like, safe anymore. I'm kind of okay with this vaults area already. Like, technically, I'm over-leveled now because I've, you know, finished, quote-unquote, the vaults. But, you know, I'll just keep going anyway. Just get that tiny little bit of the XP that I would get from exploring the rest of vaults. This looks like a fairly scary spot to be in, actually. I'm gonna make sure to pre-buff before every fight in this area, because it looks like there's a lot of stuff happening over here. Okay, I might actually have to teleport here. Okay, I killed the Earth Elementalist. That makes things a lot more safe. I was worried about him blowing my face up with Lee's Rapid Deconstruction. I don't want to be in a corridor here against two guys when I'm cornered. This is not like a great position either, but it'll do. Again, this is like not a situation where dying is really a thing. And like, I shouldn't have to worry about those kind of things. I don't know. I'm actually starting to wonder what the actual idea of optimalness is. Like, the scenario was already reached. Obviously, optimized movement and whatnot, and exploration, should minimize the risk of you being in an incredibly dangerous situation. But if you're already in the situation, or as in, like, you've already encountered a situation that isn't exactly lethal, is it optimal play to continue to play as if it is a lethal situation, or is it just a waste of time? Like, that's the real optimization. I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't know what to think about it. That's some philosophical shit right there. Not for me, really. I'm definitely not, like, sure if I should be playing optimally all the time. Because arguably, the optimal play is to not wear yourself out. But I suppose that's too practical. I think that theoretical optimalness is a lot different from actual practical optimality. I don't know, though. Okay, Mara didn't actually activate her abilities. If she did, I would have slowed down, but I was just waiting for her to do it, and she just didn't do it, so I guess that works out for us. I don't know. Okay, a bunch of stuff decided to show up in there. I'm not particularly afraid of any of it, but I will pre-buff. Okay, I believe that Sorcerer can summon things and hurl damnation. Oh, he can banish me. Okay, that's not really relevant to me. I'm okay with that then. I was like, oh, he can summon demons that can torment me. Okay, I'm gonna pre-buff while the Etten is in melee, not in melee with me, and then I'll fight again. I don't really need to animate dead here. I'm just gonna butcher them all for corpse, for chunks. Okay, a bunch of random crap. Gonna leave. All right, that's pretty good. Now we're in depths, and I'm gonna pull upstairs. Okay. So I should have pre-buffed before I went into depths, and I just forgot. This is all I need, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so now there's an enemy paralyzer on the other floor. I need to be very careful. Well, theoretically careful. Again, there's not much I can do, really, other than just kind of fight him. I do have a bit of MR, which is good, but I don't have a lot of MR. I mean, I could get swamped a little bit by some paralysis. It's not impossible for me to get paralyzed on the spot, so I need to be super duper careful. Again, pulling back over and over again, snaking out a little bit, and then just kind of chilling over here, letting things come to me. See, I'm even avoiding, like, just pushing beyond a certain boundary in terms of like hallways and stuff. I didn't even want to turn that corner because it felt unsafe. Okay, recast Spectral Weapon and then switch over to my full buffs. By full buff I mean Ozakubos. I was ready to defend that position for a little while. Okay. I rested on the upstairs again rather than going upstairs because I wanted the undead to potentially protect me from something or assist me in a fight. Again, the marginal benefit of those enemies, or those allies, was higher once I was, than the small amount of health that I would have regained by healing. Okay. Again, I can afford to cast my buffs, including Ozakubos, because it breaks once I move. I was happy to dig into that spot, that was okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick detour. That's bad, see? That's an example of just getting mad punished. Imagine if something like came around this corner, there was a Flayed Ghost over there, I would have been in some significant trouble. But thankfully I was not punished for my transgressions. Some pretty good loot over there. I don't really want it though. It's not worth fighting an Ancient Lich for, I'd say. Not, at least not at this point. If I do get very desperate, I could very well do that, but at this point in time, no. It's probably not necessary. Okay. So we've explored a good chunk of this floor now. I'm still not super safe, but I'm okay. There is potential for there to be hellfire in this area. I'm gonna just be careful. Sometimes there's a Hellion to the south. Yeah, there he is right there, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and just let him stay in his little hidey hole. There's no reason for us to fight that. The loot is fairly mediocre. Okay, so this is some kind of jelly pack. This is new. I haven't seen that before. I wonder if that's like a Depths edition or something changed. Is this just like a real thing? Or am I just unlucky? Crap. Okay, these guys are actually kind of tough. Thankfully they're not corrosive, but they are still kind of hurting a little bit. Okay. Whew, okay, there's the acid blob. Alright, we need to back off here. I do not have Arc Corrode, which could make this fight incredibly dangerous. I need to be willing to take some hits. Actually, I do have Arc Corrode, I just don't know if I should. Yeah, I should. Okay, never mind, I'm dumb. Okay. Making sure to be at full health before I fight the guy. Switch to the Arc Corrode now. I probably should have switched one turn earlier, to be honest, but I was just being dumb. Alright, so Strength, Int, or Dex. I think at this point, Int is not really too relevant. I think I've kind of done what I need to do with it. I think Dex is actually possibly better. Didn't do anything. God damn it. Alright, whatever. As you can see here, the benefits from being a Great Draconian are actually showing quite well. I have 20 AC, which is not too bad, considering I have no armor at all. Obviously, it's not a huge amount of armor compared to, you know, the Chosen Ogre class, which is the brokenest of all classes. But you know, we can't win them all. All right, I'm just kind of like blasting my abysses here. A hasted minded opponent is kind of dangerous. I didn't want to fight that. I probably could have run with a consumable, but you know, piety is easier to burn. It's very cheap, so I might as well use it there. Arguably, I should have done it actually earlier to prevent myself from taking that much damage. The fact that I fell below half HP was arguably, like, something that shouldn't really ever happen, so, you know, I should be more careful about it. Again, the whole idea is to make mental notes of optimizations that we can make along the way, because the end goal is not to play optimally, the end goal is to play optimally as possible while maintaining my speed. So, by doing this and speaking about all the considerations I can make and all these like little micro changes that I can do, if I can somehow adapt them unconsciously into my play, that'd be pretty good. Alright, cool. So now we're going to go ahead and explore again in small concentric circles, noting of course that digging makes it so that I can immediately break a wall and then get to the upstairs if I need to. which is why I'm a little bit more happy to explore around. Okay, another opponent. That's fine. Okay, smack him up. Leave a nice corpse. This guy decides to have a buttload of rocks. Fair enough. Gonna let him do what he wants. Okay, just kill a couple of dudes. It's fine. Heal on the upstairs. Again, the undead being worth my time. I got cast into the abyss. That's really not relevant to me. I'm gonna go ahead and just stay around for a bit because, you know, the payoff for me not leaving is like the same as if I just left immediately. Oh, sorry, the payoff for me not leaving is higher than if I use the ability Depart the Abyss immediately. Depart the Abyss costs a fairly decent amount of piety. It's a large amount of piety, in fact. But the thing is, if I stand around there, I could potentially get a third rune. I could potentially get an item. I could potentially get out immediately like I just did. So, you know, it just didn't seem like it was necessary for me to bother. I really don't want to enchant this, like, Trident of Distortion. I don't feel like it's ever going to be useful, but, you know, maybe I should, just because I have it on my inventory. But is that a good enough excuse to, like, use it? I don't feel like it is. I don't feel convinced. Oh, well, whatever. Who cares? Okay, the Deep Troll Shaman is actually kind of spooky, but, you know, undead. Obliterate him. Animate Dead is probably, like, one of... I would say it's a quintessential hybrid build setup. Like, it's really good. I don't really talk about it much, but it's actually really strong. In fact, Borgenjol's Vile Clutch and Animate Dead together are, like, incredible for hybrid melee. It's just really good. Oh, I immediately had that mental cue when I saw the Shock Serpent. Oh, sorry, the Spark Wasp, to check about RLEC, and thankfully I did have the capacity to remember to switch back to RLEC immediately. I mean, it's not like I would have taken incredible amounts of damage, but I could have, and that's the scary part. That's the part that I'm worried about. Alright, we've explored a nice, beautiful circle shape there. Now we can continue to move on. Sweep sideways, I guess. Alright. There's a floating eye. By himself, he's not a very big threat, though. I can handle him quite happily. Okay, our shields are now, like, at the level where I'm happy to go for large shields. I didn't really mention this, but I was like, okay, well, shields are okay. I think large shield is probably better, though, to be honest. Mostly because, like, it doesn't cost me anything. Alright, summoning is way too high now. Spellcasting can go off because I don't really need it anymore. Which makes me wonder what the hell I'm going to train now. I guess more dodging, I suppose. And, I mean, can we train stealth? We actually could legitimately train stealth, like, unironically train stealth, because I don't have any penalty to it because I have no armor on. Is that too woke, though, for the kids? Like, you think the kids will get... You think people will try it out and be like, what the fuck, this shit is broken. Why am I a full melee guy with max stealth? I feel like that's a little too broken. I'm gonna go ahead and do it, because it's a bit of a joke now. It's a bit of a practical joke. I say it's a practical joke, but it's actually not. There's a lot of utility to be had if I am able to be stealthy while also being melee. Ooh, Zot Trap. Nice. Yeah, I think it's really, really... Like, stealth is underratedly... Like, criminally underrated good. It's just... It's so strong. Because it lets you reset fights so often. And it makes group fights potentially a lot easier. Oh, that was scary. I was ready to fire my Abyss bullets. My Distortion bullets at him. Hopefully hit him with a nice clean banish. Caustic Strikes are not known for their magic resistance. So you can hit him with hexes pretty easily. Ooh, there's a Juggernaut. So So against the Juggernaut, summons are very effective. If he wastes any of his strikes on the Juggernaut, on the summons, he will take a lot of time to recuperate. In fact, Summon Butterfly is actually really good for this very reason against the Juggernaut, because he's kind of going to get stuck on all the butterflies. It looks stupid, and honestly it is stupid, but it's how the game works. Like, Juggernauts have very fast attack, very fast movement speed, but they're very, very slow in terms of attack speed. And they attack a lot, for a lot of damage. I believe initially they were a lot stronger too. They used to be really fucking broken. Like, to the point where, like, if you ask me, is the Juggernaut better or the Iron Giant, I wouldn't have been able to answer you. Oh, that's not even true, no. I still think the Iron Giant was stronger from day one, but, like, it's almost unclear as to who is the supreme depths killer. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if old Juggernaut had moved over to Tartarus as well. Oh, sorry, not Tartarus, Dis. But hey, that's the past. Now these new Juggernauts are fairly tame comparatively. You know, they understand the boundaries. They went through the sensitivity training, and now they can just die in one shot. But their undead, like, forms are cool as shit. And you can see there, he just kind of takes a berserk guy to the face and just doesn't give a shit. That's the Juggernaut's lifestyle, you know? Just not giving a shit. Also, I don't know how he's catching up to me. I don't know how he's even following me. I should be much, much, much faster than him. There's a boggart on the screen. That's really annoying. I'm just going to go ahead and walk away, and then hopefully the boggart will reveal himself, as most tricksters do. Did he just kill himself? What the fuck? Wait. The Frost Giant fired a bolt of cold, killing a boggart. I think it must have been a second boggart, because that would have been fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, it was a second boggart, alright. I don't know why boggarts come in packs, but yeah, they do. Can I expecto you to fuck off? Sorry, fuck. You know how, like, sometimes you have, like, a pun in your head that you're ready to fire off, but then you forget what the, like, the thing you're supposed to say to make the pun work? That was me. Like, you know how boggarts from Prisoners of Azkaban were like, oh, you can use it to fucking train against Dementors for some reason. I don't know why. But there's, like, some bullshit spell that you can use to, like, fuck off, tell a boggart to fuck off. And, like, Harry Potter and that guy, the British gentleman werewolf, spoilers, like, they use him to, like, they use a boggart to fight the... This joke has taken far too long to explain. But basically, Expecto Patronum, abracadabra, fuck off. Stop fighting me. Alright, there's some, like, tentacle over there. We're not gonna go over there. Do not engage. I have a strict phobia of tentacles. I'm out of there. Don't add that to the lore. That's not part of the lore. That's just side lore. Spin-off lore. Slow Demise, afraid of tentacles. That's true lore. That's actual canon. Real Demise, regular Demise, not afraid of tentacles. Not particularly afraid of tentacles anyway. I would say my aptitude towards tentacles, 0. A hot 0. Or a -1, you know. Because, you know, that's the new average these days. Interestingly enough, some of the developers of the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup video game, the original one from 2006, they actually cited the fact that the average aptitude in the video game was actually like -1 point something, or -1, or -0.7, I think. And as a result, demigods were not bad. The silence is there to indicate that demigods are actually bad. It's unbelievable that there are actually people that are like, demigods are broken, busted, D1 strength. Obviously they are what the fuck? Alright, so this is Mennas. That's Marjorie. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a puzzle at 24:57. 24:57. Yeah. Okay. Sure. What would you do in this situation? You got an angry Mennas, you got an angry ass Marjorie, you got a bunch of Helm Knights just silenced. There's a staircase to your left. Do you take the staircase or do you try to do some other freaky shit? Also, do you drink a haste potion beforehand? I'm gonna say no. It's unnecessary. Because I want Marjorie to actually catch up to me because she's dumb. Random energy for the win. Just kill her real quick. And that'll let me take care of Mennas later on in the fight. But, you know. Okay, I'm gonna get Mana Vipers here. I was unable to fully buff up, but this is probably enough. I'm gonna Might and Agility. I'm not gonna take too many. Whoa. This motherfucker is strong. I'm gonna use the Fan of Gales, just tell him to fuck off. Alright, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Oh boy. Okay, Mennas is gonna just push our shit in, and that's just really unfortunate for us. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to just kind of let stair pulling do the job for us. We're gonna just kind of run away from him, and then hopefully amass a small army of undead, and then we can fight Mennas. He is really quite something, though. Is there anything in here? No, there's no corpses. Damn it. I need those. Alright, well. Just kill a bunch of shit here. Spectral weapon getting immediately obliterated by that stupid demon spawn. Fair enough. Oh, what? A demon trident. Of piercing. I'll take that. Hell yeah. Why do I want piercing? Because demon tridents of piercing actually deal damage to orbs of fire and other things that are elect or are elect immune. It's actually worth, you know, just straight up enchanting the +6 or whatever. Good shit. Alright. Well, the good thing about at least the one small grace that we have about Mennas is that, like, his halo is a dead giveaway for where he is. The question now begins, or is, should I bother to go and skip this floor, or should I try to explore more, find the third upstairs? It's pretty unsafe. Like, I'm not gonna lie, we're in a pretty unenviable situation here. I think what we're gonna do is just, like, loiter a little bit. And, hopefully we can find that nice downstairs, the final one. The reason why I want to find the final one is because it'll give me a better idea of the layout of the floor, and it'll potentially secure me a safe upstairs on the downstairs, on depth 4. It just seems like a bit of a spooky situation to be in. Okay, I actually have a couple of trolls with me here. I don't want to fight Mennas again, because I literally just fucked myself. He's actually strong enough to take on our hasted, mighted, agility form, which is something that not many guys can do. So we're probably in a really bad situation if we fight him again. Okay. So if I get all these trolls, I have a good chance of maybe killing his ass. But this might be really tough. Okay, I'm actually going to switch the Demon Trident to B as well. I'm probably not going to use Distortion in this game. Sorry, guys. I'm going to try to kill these angels as well, just to make this extra safe. I want to make sure that if I do find Mennas... Fuck me. Alright. Alright, he's just not going to let up, is he? I'm going to read Teleport. Just park him up here. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That was a bad position to be in. The boggart is far away from me. Damn it. I want to be able to... If I can, like, snipe a couple of boggarts, that'd be fine. Okay, I'm going to read Teleport again. Oof. Okay, things are getting pissed off over there. I think the best plan is to definitely just run away now. Oh. Alright, well, either way, I'm going to have to leave it here, because I need to go and study. I've almost completed my training. I'm nearly there, guys. I only need to fucking do a little bit more. And my fucking boss called me into work, even though I said I'm taking the fucking week off. He's like, I'm desperate. Really, man? You're going to do that to me with my fucking mid-sem on the day after? What an asshole. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.